Welcome to the Good Good Podcast. I'm your host, Dee Talley, mama, licensed acupuncturist, herbalist, and embodiment coach. Here we dive deep into the realms of energy, consciousness, awareness, empowerment, and personal transformation to help you create a more vibrant and juicy life. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is the Good Good with Dee Talley, and I'm your host, Dee Talley. It's funny because I had no plans of recording tonight at all. And like I've said before, when you get the call, and it's fucking loud sometimes. And I was feeling a little cheeky. I have been brainstorming and planning this particular episode for quite a while. This one is called The Pain Pleaser, Fuck Around and Find Out episode. Without further ado. Okay, no, for real. So, in the brainstorming of this episode, backstory, because this is actually funny. I was like, I randomly opened my notes and for some reason just had a calling to like write out all of my pet peeves. And it's just funny because many of my pet peeves are kind of what we're going to talk about today. Healing with alternative medicine, with acupuncture, TCM, embodiment, meditation, yoga, all of the modalities that require you to kind of go inward might not be for everybody. And yes, healing is your birthright, and we're humans and things happen. And even though we start out whole, our life and our life's events and things that happen to us and pathogenic influences and illnesses and traumas can take us off course a bit. And it's our job, it's our responsibility to step up to the plate and to come to a place of feeling okay within ourselves. And we call that healing, but it's a conscious choice. Healing is a conscious choice. And so I have encountered many a person who plays into the story, plays into that, woe is me, I can't heal, I'm not whole, I'm a victim, etc., etc. I understand that this might be triggering to some people to hear, because you might be thinking to yourself, well, Dee, why would I want to suffer? And the answer is you don't. However, we can sometimes bamboozle ourselves into thinking that this is just how it is. You're walking through the muck. That's just how your life is. Oh, that's just what to expect around me. So if you're a person who wants quick, long-lasting, measurable results, immediate, this might not be for you. Many of these modalities, like I was saying, work subtly over time. The thing about unseen or immeasurable results is that they're real. And they also take into account the unknown. They take into account the unknown. They take into account spirit. They take into account energy. They take into account some things that are quantifiable and some things that are not quantifiable. And so if you are a person who struggles with the unknown, the unquantifiable, the mystery of life, it might be really, really hard to heal. If you are a fix me person, I'm laughing because I do have a handful of fix me people in my practice. And if I'm being completely 100% honest, I would prefer that they don't come back. It's one thing to ask for guidance. But it's a totally other thing to hand over your power and to want it that way. Hand over your power and say, you fix me. It's your fault. It's your problem. Do it. That forever has never, ever, ever sat well with me for a few reasons. First off, it takes the person's personal agency and responsibility out of the picture. And that, my friends, can never be true healing. True healing comes from coming into your system, in and down, turning on your senses, and noticing what the fuck is happening with you. When your body is communicating with you through symptoms, and these processes are happening whether or not you have any type of awareness. Your body is communicating with you through those symptoms. But there are many, many layers to this, and you can take a deep dive into what is actually going on with your body. And if there's a lot of resistance, you can also just be curious. Just curious. You're not figuring, you're just curious. You're open. It will give you the space to really see what is actually happening. If you believe that somebody or something is going to come along and heal you, you will be disappointed. Because your body has the blueprint and all the answers are like literally right there. I was talking to somebody, I can't even remember who it was, but we were having this conversation about how much time, energy, and effort we spend running from ourselves. Running away. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I gotta go. Oh, I need this thing to protect myself, right? It's like, oh, I have aversion to myself. I don't want to look inward. I feel really uncomfortable. And that produces this inability to be curious, to sit and be open. There's all these action steps, right? All these action steps of running. And when you zoom out and look at it, that's truly what a lot of us do in thinking that that will help us. But the truth is that that doesn't actually help us. It just kicks the can down the road for later. So if you don't want to engage in self-reflection or accountability, if you prefer a really passive approach, then healing might not be right for you. It also comes down to core values, right? Because if you've already decided that you can't spend your resources, your time, your energy, your money to healing, then you're not going to value this type of medicine. You're not going to value embodiment. You're not going to value acupuncture. You're not going to value herbs, because if you've decided that that's not right for you, then you can't really trick yourself into having it be right for you. If you are an all or nothing person where there's no gray, right? It's either this or that, or you think of health practices like good or bad. This kind of feeds into, this was also one of my pet peeves, was the people who say about diet, right? Oh, I was doing really good, and then I ate these cookies and I was bad. Food is neutral. Food is neutral. It's only the power that you're giving to the judgment of it all, right? So if we can think of food as just neutral fuel, we don't have to actually beat ourselves up about putting a cookie in our mouth, right? So this all or nothing is just not conducive, right? Because so much is gray. So much is gray. And if we're always trying to put it into this is good, this is bad, this is black, this is white, you kind of miss the forest through the trees. Conventional medicine and Western medicine is quick in terms of, pharmaceuticals, for example. They have direct impacts on symptoms and bodily functions in a way that's really rapid. Now, does it fix underlying imbalances? No. So that's why if you take a medicine and you have improvement and you stop taking that medicine, you typically go right back to where you were, right? Because you're not actually healing the underlying conditions. But I will give you that. It is fast, right? So that's what I'm saying, that these types of alternative medicine are slower. And we also have to celebrate the slow results, because those are results too, and it's all real. Just because you're not healed immediately does not mean that it's not happening, does not mean that it's not real. And mindset really does make a big, big difference in that. If you are addicted to the pain, there are some people that get a dopamine hit, a release. Our brains are wired to seek predictability, safety, familiarity, even if that is painful. So suffering can trigger a dopamine release, especially if pain or stress has led to, for example, venting or receiving sympathy from a friend or family member, or maybe engaging in self-destructive habits that feel good in the moment, right? So if somebody has been in a chronic stress cycle, their brain may associate suffering with reward. And that just reinforces the pattern. You can actually get endorphin release from emotional pain, because some people unconsciously seek out stress or drama to get that hit, almost like as a distraction or as a way to feel better about themselves. In our brains, familiarity is safety. And so if there's a person who grew up in chaos or neglect or pain or freeze, it may lead to inaction, victim mentality, or a sense that they're just suffering and that's what's inevitable. The other thing really interesting to say about chaos is sometimes, this just happened this past week. I had a patient who came in, new patient, came back after their second visit, and they said, I'm having some discomfort here because I should be freaking out. I look at what's on my plate, I see all the things, and I should be really upset. I should be freaking out. That is my comfort zone. That is the place I am. But I'm not. Since I saw you, I'm not. And now my brain is really freaked out because I'm associating that there's something wrong with me feeling downregulated. I find that fascinating, because if chaos is always your comfort level, it's your comfortability, then when things, even if things are hectic, if they feel even in level, your system might be feeling very uncomfortable. And that's when a lot of people self-sabotage, to be honest, in terms of just like, okay, this should feel more chaotic. Now I'm going to seek out that chaos, right? When things feel calm, their system can sometimes generate that stress, try to generate that stress through conflict or through problems. We sometimes as a society glorify the struggle, and we see suffering as like noble, or as enduring pain as like a badge of honor. Like, it's good to endure pain. It means I'm worthy. It means that I belong. And that plays into it. That definitely plays into this hit, this release of neurotransmitters to, in our system, say, oh yeah, this is good. Some people have built their identity around the struggle. These are the strong ones, as I put it in quotation, the strong ones. Life is always hard for me. They resist healing because who are you? Who are you when you're not suffering? Who are you? That shit can scare the fuck out of people, because healing, true healing, requires letting go of the narrative, the story, and all the things that we're telling ourselves. There can be a sense of learned helplessness that If change happens, it means I failed, I'm a disappointment. And they internalize this belief that suffering is unavoidable. And to some extent it is. However, we can make a lot of decisions around how we want to relate to suffering. So some people are actually straight up addicted to their suffering. And I don't just mean their struggle. I mean, they crave it. And whether or not they do so with that knowledge of it happening is very, very, very fascinating to me and very interesting. If you find yourself continually in painful cycles all the time, right? And there's no reprieve, consider that it might not just be bad luck. It's a pattern. And on some level, you are choosing it. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. I know. And I care a fuckload about humanity. And I really want you to hear this. If you are a person who is committed to the struggle, if you crave it, if you always find yourself in some ways where you can't heal, and you tell yourself that you're doing all the things, consider you might be the root cause of the problem. Oof. Oof. Here are some signs that you might be the problem. You know, I really, truly, I'm laughing because I say this with love in my heart. Like, as much of a bitch slap as this might feel like, I truly have so much love in my heart, like radiating out to you. Here are some signs that you might be addicted to your suffering, okay? Number 1, you say you want peace, but you stir up drama every chance you get. You claim that you're tired of being exhausted and of being overworked, but you refuse to say no or set any type of boundary. You like to vent about your problems a lot, but when somebody gives you authentically true solutions, you look the other way. You ignore it. You find yourself more comfortable. Now, not happy, not excitable, but comfortable. You're more comfortable in stress than you are in joy. Let's be honest. Peace feels hella uncomfortable when you are running on chaos. Super uncomfortable. Your brain literally rewards you for this shit. Dopamine hit for complaining. You think you hate it. And meanwhile, your body thrives on it. Okay, I'm going to keep going because there's a few more. You say you don't have time to heal, but you spend hours scrolling, watching TV, watching Netflix. You overextend yourself to people who suck your chi, who drain you, who make you feel not good. If you are the I've tried everything but nothing works for me. Oh. Did you commit? Like, did you actually commit? Did you half-ass it or quit when you didn't get instant results? You find yourself saying, this is just how I am. No, my friend, this is how you trained your brain to be. But if you trained it one way, you can train it another. You can train it another. So what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Are you going to keep running? Are you going to keep suffering? Are you actually ready for a shift? Not just saying it out loud. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, but there's no action. Give me a break. This medicine, this work takes time, energy, effort, consciousness, awareness, zooming out, being super honest with yourself. These patterns truly are not going anywhere unless you break them. If you are listening and you are nodding along, do something about it. Do something about it. You have the power. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for Wednesday. Don't wait for the summer. Don't wait for next month. Now is the time. The time is now. So, my friends, if you come to me, if you are a patient of mine, or if you slide into my DMs, I am going to listen to what you have to say. Always. Really hear what you have to say. And lovingly, gently hand you back all of your problems. I will be a mirror that you can look at. But I am not the person for you if you want me to fix you. It's time that we take full responsibility and truly just look fully at ourselves and be really conscious with how we're spending our resources. And when I say resources, I don't mean just money. I mean attention. Is your attention going in all the places that fill you up? Because the truth is that helping you to create a vibrant and juicy life requires these hard conversations. In an open, honest, non-judgmental way. So, I encourage you to look at yourself in the mirror with curiosity, with openness. My friends, you have the power to change. You are so powerful. Don't ever forget that. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hearing me. And I will catch you in the next episode.